Hey everybody, I'm back. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there. What you're looking at right now is our about to be prepared to go on the smoker spread for a 4th of July barbecue. I'm really excited because my #1 boy, oldest son, Sean, is with us this year for 4th of July, and he got a really special present, and he would like to... There's Sean. He would like to show the very special present he got. Put it right here, buddy.
Hang on.
You want to tell everybody what that is?
It's a knife. I don't exactly remember what kind of a blade it had or handle, but I know what color it had. It's black. And it says this. For my #1 boy, Sean Evan Pinto, October 6, 2005.
And why does it say October 6, 2005?
Because that's when I was born.
That's right. So, Mr. Aiden is here with me also. Want to say hi to everybody, Aiden?
Thank you.
Okay, me and Sean are about to get all this meat prepared, and he's going to use his brand new Griptilian, and I just got this sweet XM18 spear point. It was waiting for me when I got home from training, so I'll be using this for all the prep work. We've got a bunch of wood chips that are right now being soaked in a combination of these 3 wonderful beverages. Anyway,
Hang on, one question.
What is your one question, sir?
What are those 3 wonderful beverages?
Things that you are not allowed to drink for a number of years.
And that number is...
You're going to make me do math in front of everybody?
No.
Some years. You're 21.
Wait.
How many years is that going to be?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to do math either.
Okay, good. I'm going to cut this now. We get all this stuff ready. We'll probably show some more of this fun stuff. And then I've got some really exciting new stuff, well, to me anyway, that I'll show and talk about some new projects and everything in just a little bit. Okay, so here we are. All 4th of July fun is done. We had a great time. Sean's still with me. Want to say hi, Sean?
Hi.
Okay. So just a few things we're going to look at, we're going to talk about. Mainly looking at different knife sharpening techniques lately that I want to get better with and more familiar with. And I have a new device. We're going to look at that. Of course, I got a little assortment of stuff out here we'll talk about. One thing I'm going to do first, and I never do this, I have never been like one of those gear guys. I'm not into like gear reviews and all that other stuff, but I'm always on the lookout for a really good pack to use both for work and personal stuff. And I have not been satisfied with really anything I've been issued. I mean, it's good for one purpose, but not another. Some are really great just for civilian stuff, but not so good for the military work. Some are great for military work where, you know, very specific pieces of gear to pack, but then, you know, you want to use it in the outside world and it's not that good. So I finally found a pack that I really, really love, and I want to show that to y'all real quick because I think it's awesome. So this is the Voodoo Tactical Improved Matrix backpack. It is a great pack. It doesn't look as big and as bulky as it can be when you first look at it, but this thing will carry a ton of stuff, and it's got some really great features. So if you start with really nice padded shoulder pads, I like big, thick, adjustable straps, not those little tiny ones. It's got small electronics pouches on each one of the straps, so you can keep a little bit of gear in there. By the way, why OD green? Because according to the Air Force Uniform Manual, one of the colors that I am allowed to wear in uniform, let's say I want to use it as a gym bag or just carrying stuff to and from the office or whatever, is OD green. There's very specific ones we can use, so it's got a lot of good stuff going on. Nicely padded and removable waist straps for, you know, hiking, long haul stuff, heavy packs, and it velcros in right there, so you can remove these if you don't want to use them. On the side right here is a laptop compartment. You can also put a tablet in there, and I just, for the sake of, you know, illustrating, here's a Samsung 10-inch tablet. Fits in there with plenty of room to spare. It's padded on both sides, so it's going to protect your stuff pretty well. You've got a number of pockets on the outside, and they're all, like, the construction on this is really rugged. I haven't taken it out into the field a whole lot yet, obviously, but great stuff. So, small pockets on the top for each one. You've got plenty of straps for attaching different gear all around. One of my big complaints, though, is, so they give you a Velcro board here for attaching patches or whatever, and then they cover it up with these. So one of the things I'm going to do, Sean, can you hand me that right there? I just bought some plain old OD green Velcro. I'm going to place that right here. That's going to give me a good place to put unit patches or the name patch from, you know, flight suit or whatever else you need. That way these loops are still usable, and you still have a good Velcro surface on there. Only complaint about the backpack. This external is really deep, really easy to fill. Number of extra straps and clips, so you can take these straps on the top here. I'm sorry for the bad camera work here. Connect it to these straps on the bottom and cinch it down. You can use it to connect like a sleeping bag or a pack roll or something to the bottom. You've got these other pockets, smaller, besides that big main pocket. Big pocket over here, holds a lot of good stuff. This is one whole big deep pocket, so you know, whatever you need to hold in there, it all fits pretty well. We haven't even gotten to the main compartment yet, which is awesome. A lot of packs have zippers on the sides with gussets to open to hold more stuff if you need to. This one doesn't do that. So this one just folds, and when you overload it, it just puffs out, which is great. You don't have to worry about redoing those zippers or resizing it or anything. Really big main compartment, and if I were to open it up all the way, it's got almost a flat bottom in there, so you can pack it really nice. I love the fact that this little organizer section is inside the main compartment and not in one of the outside areas. It's just a nice change. It's usually in like a small outside pocket, which takes up your outside pocket space, but lots of zippered compartments and individual pouches in here. Another laptop slash tablet section right here, padded, really sturdy. And then you've got a hydration pack compartment right here. I've tested it with a Camelback 100 ounce and it works just fine. Over here is your Velcro cover where you can put a hydration tube or radio antenna if you want to put a radio in there. Awesome pack. I'm thrilled. I'm so excited. Finally have a pack I really love, and I really genuinely love this pack. So I just thought I'd show it to everybody, anybody that's in the market for something new. Voodoo Tactical Improved Matrix backpack. Got off Amazon. They range in price depending on the color and everything. This one was, I think, $129. I've seen them cheaper. I've seen them more expensive. So, awesome. Okay. So, lots of knives. What's one of the most important things about a knife, obviously, is being able to use it and cut stuff with it. So sharpening is a big thing. And believe it or not, in my time in the military, I have run into, more often than not, people that don't know how to sharpen knives and just basically have no idea what they're doing. So they'll either destroy the edge when they try to sharpen it, or they just don't sharpen it at all and install, and it's ridiculous. Now, traditionally, I have always used my my Lansky system for getting a really good edge on stuff, using the diamond stones, and then refining sometimes with, you know, just the standard ones here. And they have always worked really well for me, but I've never gotten, without hours and hours and hours of work, a really super razor sharp, you know, mirror shiny edge. And I've used other things before too. I've used shortcut methods, I've used bench stones and all that stuff. And I'm a fan of a really sharp knife. I always want to have a really sharp knife. So I decided I was going to invest in something else. And you might have heard of the Work Sharp system. So I got the Ken Onion Edition Work Sharp system. Why did I get this? Simply because it has more grits available. One second, we're going to show that. 1 second, Sean. It has more grits available to it. I've never used a belt type sharpening system before, but I've heard good things about it. I've seen their little promotional video, which actually looked pretty good. And it's not that expensive. $129, I think, for the whole setup, and it comes with 5 grits and some accessories and stuff. I haven't used it yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's supposed to make it, with a little bit of practice, almost idiot-proof. Now I can show that, Sean. So when you get it, you get the sharpener. You got to move back a little bit. You get this really cool quick reference guide, which I really like, which gives you a little idea of how to do it, and exactly like how to sharpen at what angles for different things. Sean, can you give me that box right there too? Inside the box, you're gonna get some different. You're gonna get all your accessory belts. So right now we have the, I don't know what grit it is. I'm gonna go over that and make sure I get it. But you've got it comes with 4 different grits. I thought it came with 5, but 4 different grits. I am a moron who can't count. There's 1 belt on the sharpener right now, so it comes with 5 different grits, from coarse all the way to super fine honing right there. I bought an extra pack because I didn't realize it was going to come with all the grits right there. And this is not very expensive at all. One thing you want to take note of, if you have the standard work sharp system, the belts for the Ken Onion don't work on that. You need specifically the Ken Onion belts, and that's why, there we go, there's the grits. That's why I got this one, because it has all 5 of these grits to use. Here's the exciting part. I have not used this thing yet at all. I haven't tried it out. I've had it for about a week and never bothered. So I'm going to demonstrate the ease of use, or an unease of use, live, you know, as we do a video inside. We're outside now just because it's nice out and there's good light. I have a number of knives that could really use a good edge. They warn you in the documentation and on their instructional video not to practice on your favorite knife. So these guys will not be practiced on, although my very favorite hinderer, the first one I had, the 3.5 Sponto, it's getting to the point where it could really use a really nice sharpening. So this is going to be like the final part of this video. Once I get good with, I won't say throwaway knives, but less expensive ones, then I'm going to put a super mirror sharp edge on this, and then we'll see how it goes. This Sebenza 25 is one of my favorites, but it's very well used, so it needs some love and care. And then one of my, when I die, can you have that? I don't know, if I say yes, am I going to die tonight in my sleep? Oh, I don't know. Maybe, Dad. Maybe I'll just kill you and take your knives. Who knows? Yes, those are my boys. They love me so much. We're going to pack this up, and we're going to find a good workspace inside. Sean's going to assist me on this, and we're going to discover the joys of the Work Sharp system together.
And I will use it.
Oh, maybe, you think? Oh. Maybe. All right, so starting with these 2 knives as the test bed, I'm going to use this quick reference guide that they give, because it's pretty good. It tells you exactly how to hold everything. It tells you the different belt grits so that you're aware of what you're using. And then we're going to go with, over there, excuse me, a little scratchy throat, outdoor pocket knife. And then what are we going to use it for? A work knife, hunting knife, or bragging rights? I kind of want to say let's go for bragging rights, because might as well get this thing as sharp as we can. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through all 5 of the belts with the number of strokes that they say, and then we'll see how it turns out. All right, so here we go from scratch, learning how to do this. And this thing, by the way, this is not sharp at all. There's nothing here, almost no edge. So let's go ahead and get going on this. I'm not going to do a whole how-to with the machine. If you get the machine, or even look online, there's plenty of videos. So I'm just going to walk through the how does somebody that's never touched this thing before make it work or not, and see how much it actually takes to make this thing give you a good edge on a knife. One thing I will say as I'm doing this is the video does say to always start and stop the machine with the blade on the belt. That's why I'm not pulling the blade all the way through before I stop it. So, sorry for the scratchy throat thing. So for our bragging rights ridiculously sharp, we've got the P120. We're going to do 2 strokes on each side. It's not bad, right? I mean, it's not a super fine edge yet at all, but we're getting there. It had 0 edge, so, you know, I'm happy. Now, imagine if I get better with this thing. See how the tip is a little bit blunted there? We could probably work that to give it a new tip, but I'm okay with it right now. So let's start with the X65 belt. So that's the 8 strokes on the P65, and that is already looking really good. I know camera's not quite capturing it. It looks really good. It feels relatively sharp. So now we're going to the medium, which is the X22. I am having a lot of trouble with this side. I don't know if it's just because of the way I'm holding it, for the camera to get a good angle or whatever, or if it's the blade shape again, but this part's giving me trouble right there. Right now is a super beautiful edge. Feels pretty sharp. I'm not exactly sure how sharp it is, but we're going to test it soon. Alright, now I haven't done the 8 or to 10 strokes that they recommend, but I just want to test this out right now because it's looking great. Let me get a piece of paper. That's not bad for a knife that had no edge before. From no edge whatsoever to that, I mean, this is pretty good. I'm going to run this guy over it and see how we can do with that. Alright, so I've gone through the whole process with my very favorite, beloved Hinderer 3.5 Sponto. And this thing was beat up. And after going through the entire process with this knife, it works. You just, you know, little bit of technique, have to learn how to use it, but it does work very effectively. Good system, great system. Not quite sharp enough to shave with, so I need to work on my technique there because you can make things perfectly razor sharp with this system. But look at that edge, that's gorgeous. So anyway, work sharp, in my opinion, definitely a good investment. I'll probably still use the Lansky for kind of fine tuning and to get things like just that last perfect razor sharp edge until I know how to use this better. But let's say you've got something you need to recondition, or you know, just super dull knife, used up, you just want to get it in better shape. This is a great tool, well worth the money I spent on it. Very happy with it, very happy with it right now. So I'm going to keep working with it and get better and learn all its cool features, so I can make a better tool out of this. Alright, so I did a little bit, you know, tried to shave some arm hair. It's not quite razor sharp, like a razor blade, and that's probably my fault for being unfamiliar with the machine. I'm sure that if I dedicated a little bit more time, remember, this was the very first time I've used the thing, but I really feel like with just a little bit more time, this would be producing, you know, razor... I feel like this machine would be producing literally razor sharp edges. But real world style, which is what I'm really a fan of, let's check this out. So I got a nice ribeye to cut up for dinner tonight, along with a little bit of the fancy stuff. Because let's face it, Sam and these boys have earned it while I've been gone. So let's do a real world test. You know, forget about shaving arms and cutting paper. Let's see how it handles the actual task of cutting stuff up. I mean, in terms of real life cutting, it slices right through the meat, which is, I mean, ultimately that's what we want, right? Like, we want a knife that we can use for stuff, not necessarily one that we're just shaving arms and everything with. One that is going to make short work out of actual cutting tasks. So, pretty good overall. Again, I can get it better, and I'm going to get it better, but this is really, for a first attempt, easy system to use, really easy to get used to, a little harder to master, but, you know, big deal, so you spend some more time practicing. Okay guys, so that's it. This video is running a lot longer than I intended. There's a lot of stuff that I was also going to do that I cut out, so I'll do that next time. So there'll be some new cool surprises, some new items that I'm sort of testing out for military use kind of stuff. I'll explain it in the next video. We'll do some anodizing of all this cool Hinderer stuff I have here that I talked about in a video I made when I was still at Nellis, see what we can do with it. Overall though, the Work Sharp system, gorgeous edge on your knives, definitely worth the money. And hey, an idiot can pick it up and use it great the first time. I proved that. One more thing I'm going to do, now that I'm home making some videos, Aiden, do you want to help me and get that scale?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, that's perfect. So anyway, I have a 3.5 inch XM18 scale here. It's a custom made one I ran off a while ago in Kieranite. It's a beautiful color. It's not showing up too well right here right now, but it's got some browns, bronzes, gold in it. Really nice. This is free to the first subscriber who comments that they want it. So as soon as you guys see this video, comment you want the scale. I will PM the first person to comment that says they want it, and we'll get your address and send it out to you, and Aiden will help me with that because he's been a big helper today. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have lots more stuff coming out real soon. We'll see you again then. Want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.